fierce,
Fierce.
fierce. That the KAP should be fierce, should be brave, should be courageous enough to stand for the community and to stand for those who are at the margins, no, of the society. I am Reverend Father Rodolfo Vicente Cancino Jr. Ang Tri KAP ay ang the three KAP, Key Affected Population group that's standing for the three diseases supported by the global fund projects, in the country. HIV, TB, and malaria. And these KAPs for HIV would include the youth, ang ating MSM, male having sex with males, ating people who inject drugs, ang ating transgender people. You also have other key affected population for HIV. For TB, we have variety, of KAP for TB. You have the urban poor, you have the youth, you have the elderly, people with disability, our youth in slum areas, the people deprived of liberty, and the rest. And for malaria, primarily our KAP for malaria are the indigenous people. And now for this year, these are indigenous people concentrated, a high number are concentrated in Palawan. So ito yung tinatawag nating tri-key affected population. Unang-una, let's try to see the scenario now. Scenarios like, one, we have diversity of key affected population. And this diversity of key affected population leads to different objectives. But what we need right now would be a united, a unified, and a goal-centered key affected population, a tri-KAP. First, strengthening community systems. I think we have to be united in that when we talk about strengthening community systems. Systems even for health. Okay? Because if we would like to have a sustainable health systems, the community itself should be involved. Okay? If the community is not involved, then the health systems will be left unsustained. And there will be no ownership. Okay? Ownership by the community should be incorporated for a more sustainable and a more progressive systems for health. Okay? So dapat inaangkin na atin to at gagawa kami ng paraan to sustain it. Secondly, after ownership would be the tri-KAP should always be involved in the whole development plan for health, for HIV, TB, and malaria. Let us not see the key affected population as end users. Let us not see them as beneficiaries only. But they are good sources, and they are good implementers. They are good planners. And their experience, their stories would contribute much to the development of the project in the country. Like, for example, adverse drug reactions, loss to follow-up issues, relationship between healthcare worker and the patients. These are just some of the issues where stories and experiences of our key affected population would be very, very vital. And for me, the third would be, unless we are united, the advocacy part, like policy development, like guidelines for treatment, like a more sustained domestic financing for the three diseases, would be more strengthened because they themselves, from the local, would be the one to be part of mechanisms or feedback. Okay? We are here in the National Tri KAP assessment. But what we are really aiming at is to have a more local, KAP, meaningful and greater involvement in the areas. Meaning local KAP for local government units, for locally sustained projects, and for local achievements. Okay? Why am I saying this? The Philippines is very gifted. Meron tayong more than 7,000 islands. We are very gifted because of good environment. We're very gifted because of the diversity of cultures. We're very gifted because of the presence of our indigenous people also. And because of this giftedness geographically and the giftedness of our people, culture, geography should always be recognized and appreciated. So this Tri KAP assessment is really to strengthen our KAP at the local level, strengthening advocacy, strengthening ownership, strengthening the presence of KAP in the whole process of project development, and strengthening the KAP in the country as a beacon of hope for the whole world. Fierce. Fierce. Okay? I think that word should be adopted na, that the KAP should be fierce, should be brave, should be courageous enough to stand for the community and to stand for those who are at the margins of the society. Tibay ng Bayanihang Pinoy.